Good morning, students. Welcome you all. Children, today we are going to start with the next chapter of political science, constitutional design. Uh, Children, before starting this, we should discuss first about the previous chapter. If you remember, in the previous chapter, we discussed about the democracy. We discussed how democracy works. We discussed how the government under the democratic control how it works. Majority wins, one vote, one value. You know that the people should have to go on the same path. There is no discrimination, no segregation. So children, when people are working under democratic government, so it is must to frame some basic rules, some rules and regulation that is very important and which is needed to run the government very smoothly. So children, when I'm talking about some basic rules and regulations, this comes under constitution. Let's see what the question says. What is constitution? Children, when I'm talking about the constitution, it has some definition, it has some description. Let's discuss about it, what it says. See children, what is constitution? The basic rules that the citizen and the government have to follow are called as constitution. It means that constitution not only it's bounded the people, it even the bounded the government, that which rules and regulations it is framed under constitution by the constituent assembly, it is must to follow. The constitution is the supreme law of country. It means it is every being, every citizen should have to follow. The constitution determines the right of citizens, the power of the government, and even though constitution lets that how it should work, the government, how government should work, function. And if any changes is required in the constitution, that also we are able to see that the power is given to the Supreme Court under the guidance by the Parliament or Legislative Assembly. Children, I told you about the Constitution, so I should have to make it clear about it. The people who sit together to make these rules and regulations, the basic rules and regulations, when they sit together, these this assembly is called as Constituent Assembly. It means that they are specifically sitting to frame the constitutions. Okay, and the next I wanted to let you about the Constituent Assembly is this very responsible, and these all people were those who were there or those who are there in the framing out of this framing of this constitution. These all persons, those who are sitting in the Constituent Assembly, these all are elected. Getting it is not by selected, it is by the election. So Constituent Assembly is the one who frame the basic rules and regulation, and that basic rules and regulation is called what? Constitution. Hope it is clear to you what is constitution. Children, now when I'm talking about the constitutions, we are going to look after the constitution is very important. And constitutions, when it is important, so we will talk about how our Indian constitution framed. But before talking about our India, we'll look after first example of South Africa. So when I'm talking about South Africa, so definitely I'm going to talk about the Nelson Mandela. Respected Nelson Mandela, we are going to talk about. This person says something. What? During my lifetime, I have dedicated myself to the struggle of the African people. What was the struggle, children? Children, I have fought against white domination and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the ideal of the democratic and free the society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve. But if it needs be, it is an ideal for which I prepare to die. Here Nelson Mandela wants to let you about the South Africa which was suffered the system that is called as apartheid. Will look after the system, what was this system and how it was problematic to the people those who were living in South Africa. Now South Africa, here I am talking about Nelson Mandela is the one who fought for it and successfully able to frame the constitution and even though able to make a democratic government. Let's see what happened. See children, if you see in your textbook first, look after these signs. Here you are able to see that these signs specifies you there is a foundation or segregation between white people and black people. It is according to these were the symbol where we are able to see that this is for black people, this is for white people. This is all we are able to see, the person used for white or it is for black. This is what foundation and this is what the racial discrimination which we are going to discuss under the apartheid system. And in South Africa what happens. These are the symbols we are able to see. This is what segregated the people. Now we'll talk about Nelson Mandela. Now when I'm talking about Nelson Mandela, I told you whenever it is there, Nelson Mandela attached with the South Africa. I have shown you the map of South Africa. We are going to talk about Nelson Mandela one more. There can be no greater gift than that of giving one's time and energy to help others without expecting anything in returns. This is what the Nelson Mandela was helping the people. And what was the motto? Motto was this, that all beings should live peacefully. So let's talk about Nelson Mandela. The most able, efficient, far-sighted leader of Africa National Congress. African National Congress, about this committee, this we'll talk about later. He was the one who fought against apartheid and during white South African government. Children, for your information, during this struggle, he spent 20 years in the prison. He was sent behind the bar, that is from 1964 to 1992. That was also the place which was really very dangerous, dreaded prison, Robben Island. Let's talk about this, the struggle against the apartheid. This struggle was during the 18th and 19th century. Children, the struggle was what? During this 18th and 19th century, the European traders who entered in South Africa and they occupied the whole South Africa. Not only they occupied this place, even though the people of Europe, means to whom called as white people, these people settled also in South Africa. Now when they settled in South Africa, they purposed in South Africa for the purpose for the trade, and they settled over there. If you look this example, it is just like some like in India. You in 8th standard you read about the lesson trade to territory, where we have seen that the European powers, those who came in India, settled down. They came in India for the trade purpose and settled down here in India and they dominated India. Same case we are able to talk about the South Africa. The European powers, they entered in South Africa for the trading purpose. They settled down, and when they settled down over there, they had given lot of trouble to the people, those who were native people of South Africa. Now when they were settled there, the society was divided into three groups. The three groups were what? White means the Europeans, black it means the native of South African, and the colored it means the Indian, the one migrated from India. So this was the division of the society in South Africa. Children, what is apartheid? A system of racial discrimination. It's a unique to South Africa, where the people is segregated according to their skin color, that is black, white and colored. Let's talk about what was the foundation given to these black people. These black people were segregated, separated, what they should do, what they should not do. Forbidden from living in the white areas where the European peoples were living, and even though they won't be able to enter in the white areas, because if people permits, it means the white people, it means Europeans, if they permit, then only these black people will enter in that particular area for work. Not only this, discriminated while using the public properties. Black could not visit church, where white worship, form association and protest for this only. Now, when this was going on, so these people, since 1915, they framed African National Congress. This party was working specially for this apartheid system. So from 1915, black, colored and Indian, they fought against the system. Which system? Apartheid system. Who were there in this? Including worker union, communist were there, some sensitive white also joined, European whites also joined, because they were also feeling like this, that what it is going on with the South African peoples, it is really wrong. So some of the whites also joined. In 1964, Nelson Mandela and 7 other leaders were sentenced to life imprisonment, just I told you, for 28 years. And not only this, these white peoples were continuously resisting them and torturing and killing near about thousands of black and colored people. So this ANC was trying and fighting against this system. But as the system was protesting, somewhere now the European power, the white racists realized that they could no longer keep the black under their repression, because continuous struggle is going on and the people, see, the most important thing is to cooperate. To whom, see, if you remember, Gandhiji said that it is only possible if you it is only possible that if somebody is able to dominate you, if you will let them. Here the case is there that now black peoples or other color people, they strongly opposing the apartheid system, and because of this racist government realized that now they no longer able to repress the black. So here what the next, so racist government, what they do, they did some changes in the policy. Now somewhat sophisticated towards the black people, what they did it, discriminatory laws, means the law which was discriminated or segregating them, that was repealed, removed. Ban on political parties and restrictions which was there, that was lifted up, it means removed. Nelson Mandela, who was arrested and he was behind the bar for 28 years, now he was released from the jail. So 20 years of imprisonment. Then what good news it is there, that towards new constitution. Now when they were successfully uh, able to get the independent, so here Nelson Mandela, he had given one message to the society, and even to the black peoples also, how cooperative they were. Now whether these white peoples, what they did it, they dominate the black peoples, they tortured, they killed. But rather than this also, the white people, what they said that when we will frame new constitutions, we will not do the same what these white people did with us. We'll do, we will frame constitution under secularism, where we'll give equal rights to all. So here, what they did the black forgave the whites. Both black and white decided to build a new South Africa that will be based on equality for all races on the democratic values, social justice and human rights. So this is what the real humanity. Next, we are able to see after 2 years discussion and debate, they drawn a very common constitution, and it gave to its citizen the most extensive right available in any country. Obviously, it is one of the remarkable, or you can say a good example in front of country world, that you are able to see that how South Africa, whether they were dominated by the white peoples, but when they frame new constitutions by demolishing them, declining their power, yet they have given equal opportunity, equality to white and black and colored. So heal the past and establish the society that will be based on democratic values, social justice and fundamental human rights. This was the message given by Nelson Mandela, and even though the people cooperated and successfully, new democratic form of government framed. So what they have decided now together? Together they all have decided now nobody will be excluded. Nobody should exclude it. No one should be treated as a demand, means superior or inferior. Agreed that everybody should become the part of solution if any problem arises. So everybody will be the solution, means equal treatment will be there. And it inspired the Democrats all over the world the way South African framed their constitutions. So constitution, hope it is clear to you, the supreme law of country containing the fundamental rules governing the policy and society in a country. So constitution should be like this, that all people should live happily in that country, where the constitution is really very systematic, which gives some values to all people, all being equally. So here, when the people, now South African peoples, were near about there was a problem between the South African black people and white people, whether they decided that we will come together, whether they have decided that we will frame constitution like this. But they realize it that what is most important thing when we are framing the constitution means that when the constitution will be framed, the all should have to coordinate, all should have to cooperate, all should have to trust. So some of the rules and regulations they have decided, like black people says that now future should not be there, that you will repeat your mistakes, and white people were saying like this, that now in future it should not be like this, that you are in majority, like third, three-fourth population was of black, so you are in majority, so you should not dominate on us, or you will not annex our property. So both, when the constitution was framed at that time, some particular things they realize it, what it is, trust and coordination. What specification they did it? This specifies how the government will be constituted, who will have power to which decision, and right and duties, limits the power of government and tell right of the citizens to. Good society, expressing the aspiration of people about creating good society. So this was what the important things they adopted while framing the constitutions. This is what the new preamble we are able to see. We, the people of South Africa, recognize the injustice of our past, but we honor those who suffered for justice and freedom in our land. We want to give, like here, they want to give justice and freedom to everyone, those who lives in their land. Respect those who have worked to build and develop our country, and believe that South Africa belongs to all who live in it and united in our diversity. We therefore, through our freely elected representative, adopt this constitution as a supreme law of the republic, so as to whatever you are able to see on page number 50. Here Nelson Mandela says that whether we are accepting it, see the what it is, he expresses the view. He spoke about it that the Constitution of South Africa speaks both. It lets you about the past, it lets you about the future. One hand, we are really very solemn, means having some of the sorrow, the pact, what happens with the South Africans. But as South Africans declares to one another that we shall never permit a repetition of our same thing what we suffered in the past, racist, brutal, or the repressive past. But it is more important, more than that, it is also a charter, it is a government agreement for the transformation of our country into one which is truly shared by all its people. So, country which in the fullest sense belongs to all of us, black and white, and women and men. It is for everyone's equality is there under the constitution which we are able to see about the South Africa. Now, do you know South Africa is also called as the Rainbow Nation? Let's see why. Rainbow Nation, it means all beings are living together, enjoying their rights, and this is what the question you are getting is. Republican of South Africa is referred as a Rainbow Nation to describe the unity of various cultural, racial, ethnic groups in the country during the post-apartheid era, as we have seen after 1994, and compared to the earlier division based on the skin color. So children, we are able to see that the South Africa was released from the pain, means pain which was given by the white people, and they were successfully able to establish democratic form of government and removed apartheid system, and freely, peacefully together, even though given chance to white people to live together in the same land of South Africa, and they were able to successfully frame a new constitution. So when this is the example of South Africa, we have seen where they are successfully able to frame the constitution. We will talk about our India, how we frame our constitution in next period. Hope you have understood what happened in South Africa and how they successfully framed their constitution. We'll talk about the next making of Indian constitution in the next video. Thank you.